Hey, welcome. Hey, how you doing? May I ask who you are? Yeah.
Um, I can't hear you. Oh, here you are.
Hey, welcome. Anyway, welcome. You're Maiden,
Maya.
Mayen.
Maya. Yes.
Great, Mayen. I think I actually just saw you today. You're new, right?
Yes, I am.
Welcome. Oh, this is a great thing for you. You're gonna have great fun here. And we've got Shelly. You're back. Welcome.
Thanks. I'm
I,
glad to be back.
Good. I can hear you there. And then there's somebody else here. Oh, Jackie's here. Okay, great. And maybe a few others here. So this is great. So Mayan, welcome. I mean, this is great. How'd you find out about the diet?
Our friend, I thought she was crazy when she said five by diet.
Yeah. It's insane. But how's she done with it? How's she been doing with it?
Oh, she did fine. I think she just had like 20 pounds to lose
Okay. Did she lose all 20 pounds?
this summer. Yes, she did.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And that's what you do. You just do it, you get it done, and all of a sudden it's behind you. It's like, I did it. You know, anybody can do it. Keep in mind that it's approximating a gastric bypass.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is it something, have you ever even considered like a gastric bypass or lap band?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've considered it, right? So if you're willing to consider it, go that far, certainly this diet then should make sense. Because really you're eating no differently than had you had the bypass. It's just that you're doing it without surgery. So the issue then becomes one of hunger, but we've learned how to manage that by always eating an exact volume, keeping our hunger stat set to a precise level. And if we do that, we're good to go. So the trick is, so let me ask you this. Have you started it all? Have you tried it? I know.
Yes, I've been on it for 17 days now.
Oh my goodness.
14 pounds.
Wow.
Congratulations. Now, if I recall, maybe I'm wrong, but I think I saw you for the first time today. Did you put that information into the weight tracker or no?
Yes, I did. It said I should go down to 107 pounds.
Oh, okay, well, forget about that. But did you put in your starting weight and then showing that you've lost the 14 pounds?
But no, it didn't say because for my starting weight, I put in today's weight.
Oh, you know what maybe you want to do just for since it truly is due to the diet? Go ahead and change that starting weight to what you weighed before. And then week 1 would be the 14-pound loss, and then week 2, whatever it is. So when you get a chance, you don't need to do it right now, but obviously when you get a chance, why not, right?
Yeah.
So congratulations. So what do you think so far? Then you're pretty happy with the results.
Yes, I'm excited.
Oh, I mean, I think that's wonderful. I mean, I think it's just perfect. And now all we ask is this. Just be willing to keep things going. Just stay the course until we're done. Wow. It'll totally reinvent everything about you. Isn't that exciting?
It is exciting.
I mean, it's so great. And when you realize that every pound you lose, you just get a little bit healthier, it's really good. It hurts a little bit from time to time, and we feel our hunger, and we think we're doing something maybe bad to our body. But just remember, no, you're not. In fact, you're only doing good. The less you eat, the better for your body. So I think that's great. I think what you're doing is perfect. Yeah. I'm really excited.
I had a problem last week. I was hungry on Thursday and Friday.
Okay.
And I overate like 15 bites for dinner for both of those nights.
Okay.
And I felt sick.
Yeah. That isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
Isn't that wonderful? To overeat by that much is nothing. Even 15 bites is like nothing. But that alone, if that makes you feel like you've overdone it, oh my goodness, how exciting is that? I mean, people fear that if they stick to 5 bites, that if they should venture, and venture astray and eat 10 or 15 or 20 bites, they won't be able to stop. Well, no, just quite the opposite. It'll stop you because you'll feel like you're ready to explode, right? So I think that's great. But use that as a great check to keep your eating consistent all the way through the end. So go back, set your hunger stat to 5 bites. Next time you're tempted to eat more bites on the plate, just remember how bad you felt doing so. It's never worth it. Don't do it. Because, I mean, think about the weight of each bite you eat and how much longer it's going to take just to blow that bite back out of your body. It's going to take a long time. It's not worth it. All those extra bites are just wasted dead time. And, when you're really hungry, you don't want to keep it going any longer than you have to. So what I like to do is I like to have people think about those minutes wasted from every bite that you've had before. So if you get really, really hungry, you look forward to your next meal. Now imagine having to delay it out. For every bite you eat, you have to delay, out your next meal an additional 30 minutes for every bite you eat. That's in essence what you do for every extra bite you take in. It's that much longer of time that you need to spend breathing without eating. So you could, sort of tack those breathing minutes on to the point when you're at your hungriest, and they'll really mean something to you. You'll realize just how valuable every single bite is. Don't put it in unless you absolutely have to for some reason, but please limit it to 5. So I don't know if that made sense, but
it does.
Sort of. So I think you got it. So I'm really excited for you. Do you have any downsides so far?
Eating. I ate the Snickers this weekend
Good.
on Saturday, Sunday to get myself back on track.
And
I hated that.
You hated it. But how are you doing today?
5, but I don't like 60. It was just too sweet for me.
But it's so good in volume. Do you just really not like a Snickers bar?
No, I didn't like it at all.
Then why don't you switch to something like a granola bar? I've heard of people do these Think Thin bars. I mean, I really don't care what the bar is. Or you could do paydays. I mean, those are peanuts, and I like paydays. Whatever. The key is consistency. I'm looking for a bar, whatever the bar is, but that you keep that bar the same. Something that you like, that you can get away with. But always eat the exact same thing, so that you're always stretching the walls of your stomach out to the same point. That's the key. Okay, so find something that you can get away with, so that it's not so daunting next time you have to reset your hunger stat. I don't want to put you through torture every time you do this.
It was worth it because I wanted to lose the weight. I don't want to go back. I want to go forward.
And just the experience of having done what you did and then having to reset your hunger stat, that experience wasn't a lot of fun. It'll keep you doing it again in the future, from overeating in the future. So all these experiences and things, they add up, and they really do amount to success in the end. So we're all going for success. We want to get there as soon as possible. And I think you're in a really good place to do really well. So yay. Well, welcome. Congratulations. I think you're doing great. So Shelly, how are you doing? Welcome. So what brings you back?
Well, you.
Good. Well, thanks so much. I love to hear that. Let me ask you, since you've been away, I know it's only been a month or so, but how has your weight gone since you've been away? Up, down, same?
No, down.
How much down?
I'm down 39 pounds total now, so I'm down to 162.
I can't remember how much you were down before you left for the.
I started at 201, and then I was down to 171 when I left.
And then what are you now?
I'm 162.
Brilliant. Brilliant. You didn't need to come back. You got this.
Wow. Yeah.
But you missed the group. You miss everybody else here, which I think is great.
Yeah, I do too. Well, but it's nice to get because I moved my cousin, but something I could not believe is the energy and what I was capable of doing.
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it just awesome? And when you start
a totally different person.
Absolutely. And then here's the crazy thing. It gets exponentially better. It doesn't just get better with each amount you lose, like the next 37 pounds, whatever. It's not twice as good. It's 3 times as good as what you've already experienced. It just gets absolutely amazing. So keep pushing.
Yeah, it was amazing what I was capable of doing. I just like, oh my gosh, my husband did this for me for years, and now I'm doing it for somebody else, and made me appreciate what he did.
Yeah, well, that's neat.
Yeah, it was an amazing experience, and it was a week long of moving and driving and cleaning.
Well, hopefully some of that enthusiasm, spilled over into some of the people and friends that were around you at the time. Do you think?
Well, I'm getting a lot of people now saying, you look nice, you're getting so skinny. And So, but I did do something kind of fun. Neil had recommended the diet bet thing.
Okay. Well, I don't know what it is. What is it?
Well, I paid $25 for 1 month, and I started September 1st. It ended October 1st.
Okay.
And you weigh in, and they have specific ways to weigh in. Like you have to take a picture of you on the scale and a picture of the scale with the word that they give you, and so it's hard to cheat on that. But anyway, then if you lose 4%, I think this one challenge was 7% of my weight, and I stay below that by October 1st, I win part of the pot, and the pot was up to $10,000 from people participating, and there was 384 of us.
Okay.
I paid $25, and I ended up winning $43.
Congratulations! That was a win-win then.
Yeah, I got money out of it, and I got
money out of it, and you lost the weight. You got the help.
Yeah. And it was an incentive because I thought, I'm not going to lose that $25.
Thanks. Yeah, I can imagine though. I mean, because when you start to deal with real money like that, you do think of ways that you could cheat. And you can always make adjustments to your scales usually. So you could probably adjust it, tweak the calibration, whatever, some way to go big weight loss.
But I didn't want to, I guess. I wanted to do it,
Love it. I love what you did. I think it's fantastic. I really do. Are you going to do it again?
Yeah, actually, I'm doing 2 games this time.
Okay. So then, more than ever, let's just do this. Again, I mean, food's good. It isn't that good. It's not worth holding you back, particularly when there's money on the line. So taste, what's there, but just taste it. Don't even have a second bite of it. Say, yeah, that was okay. Move on to something else. And if you're lucky, you'll go to bed hungry because that means you're really losing weight, right? If you're lucky,
found that it helps if I work out or just exercise for 20 minutes.
It's great.
And I don't eat anything after that.
It's hard.
But I eat right before it, and I'm not hungry after I get done exercising.
So you eat, maybe you're a little bit hungry even when you finish eating, but you immediately start exercising. That takes away the rest of the hunger. Is that what you're saying?
No, I can eat a Snickers before I go work out.
Okay.
And then I'm fine until the next day at noon.
Oh, good. Hey, look, if you can.
That's when I drop weight.
Perfect. Don't exercise anymore though, because I truly don't want you to start jacking up your appetite. But perfect. If you found a routine that works for you, stick with it because it sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Then do it. I mean, you've got it. Here's the other thing about the Snickers. I mean, if I'm in your shoes and I really want to get as much money back from this bet thing as possible, and I'm just eating Snickers, maybe I only have half of a Snickers because you know what the other half's going to taste like. Yeah. Oh, and you'll have another half for dinner tonight. Oh, and for lunch tomorrow, and for dinner tomorrow night, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. I might as well, what's the point of the extra ones, right? Again, we're just trying to find a way to control what is, in essence, a fast. It's sort of a controlled fast, the 5 Bite diet. But it does give you the ability to get some variety of flavors in if you want to, all the while controlling your appetite by eating a set volume. Right. So yeah, but why don't we turn the hunger set down just a few bites and just get as much money out of this bet system as you can?
Well, and they don't let you lose more than 12%. Because
it doesn't?
you're disqualified. In other words, they want to keep it, where you
12% over what period of time?
1 month.
Oh, that would be too confining. You should definitely lose 12% in a month.
I'm trying. I'm going to try it.
I mean, what do you weigh right now? 160, you said?
162.
So, I mean, you should easily lose.
4% is 155.
Yeah, it's about 20 pounds. You technically should lose 20 pounds in a month. Or you should be right on the edge there. So go ahead and lose 20 pounds, but don't, fine. In all honesty, if you were to lose 20 pounds, exactly 12% of your body weight this next month, I'd be happy. I think that's a good number.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be. Yeah.
So let's just do it.
Okay.
But then again, maybe you decide to really do it hard and do it correctly, get it done in 2 weeks, and then just ride it out for the rest of the 2 weeks till you've done your weigh-in so that you don't become disqualified. And then start up again the following week and the following month.
That would be fun.
Blast off again and then plateau for the final 2 weeks. Something like that. So that might be how I would do it. I would push hard. I would get 20 pounds off in 2 weeks and then maintain for 2 weeks. That's the way I would do it. But however you want to.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Good. So let me, Jackie, how are you doing? You've been doing good, huh, Jackie?
Well, I left because I started a new job and I just had a feeling I wouldn't be able to focus, and which I didn't. This job it's only 3 weeks long and ends this Friday, and it's been really, really stressful. Most of the stress has been during this, but I create the stress. But I was kind of surprised because I got on the scale on Sunday, I think, when I rejoined, and I had actually just lost half a pound, even though I thought I was out of control, which to me is a preview for what it's going to be like in May.
Absolutely. And I hear this over and over and over again. People who say they've gone off the diet, come back, and they're convinced, 100% convinced they've gained 5, 10, 15 pounds. And
yeah, I thought I was going to be the starting weight, and it was half a pound less. I was shocked.
Yeah. And that's exactly right. And they come back and they are the same weight they were when they left, or even lighter. It's again, it goes back to the intrinsic nature of control when you set your hunger stat. It's automatic. It just takes all the thinking out of it and all the worry out of it. You don't have to worry that you've gained weight out of your control. Once you literally are filling up on a smaller volume, it's sort of like Mayan. I'm so sorry.
Looks like she left. Maybe she's still there.
Maybe. I'm gonna take me a moment here to learn her name, but when she talked about eating 15 bites and it's just really hurting. I mean, once you've set your hunger stat to a small volume, literally you cannot eat more. And if you do, you feel bad. But that feeling of eating 10 bites or 15 bites prior to this experience would have been eating 60 bites and you would have put on weight. So we associate sometimes eating too much, we feel full, we assume then we put on a lot of weight, but reality is you're still not eating very much. So that's why you're able to maintain it. But here again, I really want you to focus until the job is once and for all done. Well, that's what we're doing, right?
I screwed up. I was so hungry all afternoon. So after 4 hours, I had probably was more like 10 bites. And Dr. Lewis, I feel so sick to my stomach right now.
So why do it? But I love that experience. I love that experience because what it does, it just reinforces the idea that you've got to stick to the diet. And there will come a day and time when you'll need to be maybe a little bit sick feeling to move back up because you're going to have to start eating more food down the road. But let's wait till we get there.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought I've got to finish this salmon.
I love it.
Burger because I got all this work to do before the end of the day. And it was horrible. And the irony is, actually, the 2 things I ate today were fewer calories than the 2 Snicker bars or 2 Atkins bars. But it didn't make any difference. You're so right. It's the volume.
It's all volume. Absolutely. So that's it. And then, but then when you truly realize and accept that it's just volume, it's so freeing because you can eat 5 bites of absolutely anything. Whatever equals that volume is good to go. You can have anything. And it just makes it fun. You can try new crazy things that you would never have considered trying before, just to try them because it gives you that opportunity.
Yeah, so I think tomorrow I'll be, despite the fact that I've got these kind of grueling next 4 days, I'm going to just do it.
Do it. Oh, I love it. I think you're going to do great. So you're going to do really, really, really good. So I'm so excited that you're back. I'm so excited that you're down yet another pound. Oh my gosh. But now let's just pretend like this is week number 1 and let's just do this next week perfectly. What do you think?
I think I can do it, and I don't have any big social plans that'll get in the way.
Perfect. It's absolutely perfect.
I have a party Friday night, but I think I can cheat, so it'll be okay. I mean, cheating meaning I can cheat getting away with not eating very much.
Perfect. Then that's it. And remember, no one's holding a gun to your head and forcing you to eat more. So whether you do, it's totally up to you. And oftentimes it is much more filling to eat a perfect 5 small bites than it is to cheat a little bit. Even though you're getting more food in, you feel empty doing it. So please.
Yeah, I told you, I'm a Jew. There are the counters. They count how much you eat. But this party Friday night is not those people, so it's okay. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
You have to be of the culture to understand that.
That's right. So no. Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this week goes for you and seeing how you handle the dinner and other temptations. But it sounds to me like you're going to do great.
I think I'll be back on track by tomorrow.
Perfect. Great. So who else? We have Kathy. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I don't know if have we spoken on this before?
Sorry.
Hi, dog.
Sorry about that.
No, that's all good.
Yeah, I didn't lose. I overate like three nights.
Okay.
And I lost 3 pounds.
You know, it's okay. I think I sent you a little message, right?
Yeah, you did. Thank you.
You know, it's all good. I mean, you know, with most diets out there, you lose 3 pounds in a week. People are like, oh, you're losing too much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, then of course, if you do the math, you realize you will never, ever lose all of your weight on any of these other programs, right?
Right. I was a little disappointed in myself, but then it made me realize how much harder it is if you vary those bite sizes.
Number one is harder because you just simply don't set your hunger stat. And without a hunger stat that's set perfectly, you just are never fully satisfied. You're always looking for more and more and more. And sometimes you'll do it consciously and sometimes you'll do it unconsciously, but almost invariably you're going to be taking in too much. If you're not eating an exact volume every time you eat, you just never quite feel comfortable and settled in your stomach. That's a problem. That makes it hard to sustain, right?
It does. I was really surprised at how much more difficult it was this week than the first week.
Okay.
Because the first week I did very well.
Because you were focused. You were so focused.
Yeah, and I lost my focus, and that was my question. How do I keep that focus?
Because what you do is you focus on the finish line. Get excited about where we're going. Let me tell you, you're going to feel unbelievable. You're going to look amazing. And oh my gosh, you're going to be so healthy. I don't know. I mean, I hate to ask this, but just say yes or no, but do you take any medications at all?
I take Crestor. I have
okay, so,
you know.
Yeah, so for whatever reason, I mean, I think it's a good drug, by the way, in that class. I think it's a great drug. You might have a reason with that kind of a medication to need it forever, or you might be the type that it's due to weight. If you're the type that's due to weight, great, what a neat opportunity to get rid of the source of the problem. And that's something that you can strive for, right? But that day when you hit the finish line, let me tell you, it's going to be spectacular. Mainly, and this is the thing that strikes us first, is from an appearance standpoint. Number one, you're going to look young, really young. You know, there was you guys wouldn't know, but somebody they sent me a picture of their before and afters. I don't know who these people are. They're just random people out there who sent me before and after. My first thought when I looked at the afters, because it was the afters that I saw first, was, boy, they look really young. I saw the befores; they just looked so much older. And yet, I had my timeline backwards. The befores were before they'd lost the weight, and the afters. I mean, it's just amazing. And of course, from experience, my own experience in the office, I have noticed how much younger people look as they lose weight. So it's just one of those things. And then go back to the study with the Annals of Dermatology, some study published 2007 looking at a bunch of identical twins, where when twins are kids, they're 5, 10, 15 years old, you can't tell them apart, right? Because they're identical. They look identical. But over the years, you start to notice a difference between one and the other. And over the years, after age 50, 60, 70, you can objectively look at somebody and say, this person looks older compared to this person. And they did this randomized double-blind placebo controls or whatever, some 150 pairs of identical twins. And they were able to identify 4 things that age us as time goes by. Number one is sunlight. So if you're going to be spending some time out in the sun, please wear your sunscreen for a couple of reasons. One, for cancer prevention. But number two, from a purely cosmetic standpoint, it does age you. Number two, alcohol. There is a benefit to some alcohol, but let's keep it minimal, right? Women typically should not exceed 1 drink a day, men 2. That's sort of rough numbers they come up with. But excess alcohol is a problem on the liver, and it can cause cancer. So we just want to keep things moderate, but too little alcohol, if you don't do any, that also increases your risk for having heart attack. So there's a benefit, but everything in moderation. Number 3, smoking. Don't smoke. There's no benefit to smoking, and it definitely ages you. So the identical twin who smoked looked a lot older than the one who didn't smoke. And then the last one, and this surprised most of the investigators, was weight. The more overweight you are, the older it makes you look. And we always associate weight as filling out wrinkles and therefore making us look younger. It doesn't, though. It adds fat clumps in certain places that actually age us. So you're better off just simply losing the weight. Weight also, through its inflammatory properties, just has sort of ages the skin. The skin itself just has an older appearance. Once again, as you get thin, you're going to look amazing. So you're going to look new, you're going to look young, you're going to look fresh. Then you're going to have the body, the feeling to go along with it. You're going to feel light and quick on your feet. It all works together. And then, of course, from an internal standpoint, from a metabolic standpoint, which I'm mostly interested in, we know that your organs are functioning at their best with getting rid of this extra inflammatory tissue. So
I guess thinking of those things will keep me focused.
It does. I mean, after all, why else are you here, right? I mean, this is the whole reason why you're here. This is the reason why you've read the book, right? I mean, because look, we have this vision of a utopian future where we are just on top of this world. Trust me, it's worth getting there. It is as spectacular as you first imagined. Don't hold back. Let's just hurry up and get there. Yeah, sometimes it means taking a
and
deep
I
breath.
like that philosophy too. Just get it done, because
Just get it done.
this week where I have had some trouble, it just seemed like forever. And why delay the process?
That's right. That's exactly right, number one. And number two, we don't want to delay this any longer than possible because it just makes it harder. And the longer we delay it, the less likely we are actually ever to cross that finish line. So again, we want to compress these, trying days or challenging days into as few as possible and simply do get it done. But if we are able to stay more focused, it actually, believe it or not, makes each day easier. Because
I believe that, yes.
You're just regimented, you do what you do, you know what to expect. The hunger really, really is controlled if you do this correctly. So that's it. And then we just get the job done. But I'm excited. I mean, I think you're in a good place. But don't lose sight of the finish line and why you're doing this.
Yeah, that's the only problem I've had is my focus.
Focus. Do you like clothes?
Yeah, but I haven't bought any for so long because I don't look good in anything.
Good. So get excited. Then this also is something to look forward to. Get excited about going out on a shopping spree. Are you married? Not married?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you work? Does your husband work?
Yeah, we both work. Yes.
I don't know about him. I mean, but I know if you were my wife, whatever, one of my rewards or pats on the back for doing an extraordinary job, I'd be like, hon, let's go on a shopping spree. He'd probably be willing to foot the bill, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So look forward to something like that. When you get there, throw out all your old clothes. I don't even want them around. Donate them to the Goodwill.
Yeah.
And go out there and replace your wardrobe. And here's the other thing about wardrobes. I mean, this is my big thing, and it sort of goes along with, sort of my philosophy by diet. I don't like having excesses of anything. This is my opinion with a wardrobe. Have a few really nice, really versatile pieces, but there shouldn't just be a lot. I mean, I find, and maybe some of you can attest to this, but as people get bigger and bigger and bigger, they tend to have a ton of clothes in the closet, and they're all sort of okay. None of them are just the one spectacular outfit. And you're always looking for, and it's just a big hodgepodge of just stuff. Yeah. My feeling, though, ideally, as I've seen with my patients and from my own experience in talking with them, as they've trimmed down, they have really sort of weeded out their closets. They then have maybe nicer items, but fewer of them. And they're just spectacular, outfits that show them off. And now that's living, right? We're getting rid of the excesses that we don't need. We're getting rid of the excesses on the body. We're getting rid of the excess clutter in our houses. We'll get rid of the excess clutter in our brain, maybe at work. It's all part of just getting down to the basics and living a truly exceptional life, just in total control of everything. That's what I think.
Great. Yeah, I've already actually gotten rid of 2 pair of fat pants.
I love it. I think that's fantastic. The one thing I don't want you to get rid of is I don't want you to get rid of any belts. I want you to just keep cinching them up and showing at the end how much weight you've lost. I don't know. I just think that's kind of a fun thing to do. So, but anyway, I think that's great. Yeah, get rid of those things that you're not going to be. Don't even give yourself the ability to go back in weight.
Right.
So throw away the big clothes for sure. But you look great. I mean, I'm really excited. And it sounds to me like your mind is in a really good place. But now let's make this next week like the first one.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah. I think I can do it. Yeah.
It's intense, but why not? And again, it's all about just getting it done. Once the week's over, it's over. But how neat would it be to see that, big number on the scale, right?
Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be great. And I have limited my alcohol. I haven't had a drink since I started, and I love red wine, and I just don't want to drink until I'm done.
Fair, I'm okay with that. But I might also say, I'm going to give you, if you do the week perfectly, I'll give you a half glass of red wine Friday night. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
That's not the plan?
Yeah.
I mean, again, I hate the idea of saying no to anything or totally restricting you, but just everything in moderation.
Yeah.
I want you to taste all kinds of food, but again, we're really moderating the volume. When it comes to alcohol, I do really try and have you put the brakes on the alcohol, but maybe a little sip just to wet your whistle, just so that you don't feel deprived too much. Because if you feel too deprived and you finally break down, then you won't be able to get enough of it in. You know what I'm saying? Just a little, sort of keep the memory alive, but not enough where you feel like you've got to finish the whole bottle. Just a taste.
Right. And I only have 1 or 2 glasses anyway, so I don't drink much, but I look forward to it. And I'm still trying to get over the fear of like losing control, I guess.
Oh, you won't lose control. You definitely won't lose control. But maybe for like a Friday night dinner, maybe do like the French do. Have some crackers and, well, if you're not doing Snickers, maybe, a few little crackers and just try like maybe little cubes, maybe 5 different cubes of different kinds of cheese.
Perfect.
A different cube of cheese on a different cracker, and just try these 5 different combinations. What a brilliant dinner. And then have a little bit of wine to wash it down. It's like you're sitting there out on a warm evening looking at the Eiffel Tower, truly taking in the whole, Parisian lifestyle.
So maybe 4 different cheeses and 1 spectacular little piece of chocolate.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. And then maybe just a little sip of red wine to wash it down. I mean, again, I'm not a huge fan of that because it does stray from the, being perfect on the diet, but I'll give it to you. Why don't we do it? Let's see what happens.
See what this week brings.
Yeah, let's see it. Okay. Sound like a good plan?
Sounds good.
Perfect.
And thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, I don't know if I obviously haven't had a chance to get to everybody here. Oh, who else? Corey, welcome. I can see you're here.
I am here.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
You had a bad week.
It was a
I want to pull my hair
week. Well, between parent conferences and we had food every day, and it was crazy.
Here's the thing. I promise you, I don't care if there's a parent conference or there's not a parent conference. You're always going to have an opportunity to eat too much. There is always going to be too much food surrounding you. You cannot give in to any excuse because you will always be able to find another excuse. You've just got to stop using them as excuses. You've got to want this. You've got to want this more than I want this for you.
Well, I am off for 2 weeks now. So today I think I went through a half a pack of gum just trying to get myself
so
back together.
On track. But just because you're off, that's not what happens in 2 weeks when you're back on again.
Well, I'm thinking by then I'll be back maybe.
But again, remember, this all comes down to why you want this in the first place. First and foremost, you have to understand where you're going and why you want to get there. Life is so crazy good when you're there. You'll realize at that point in time, oh my gosh, what was I waiting for? I can't believe I ever sacrificed anything to give up on how good I feel right now. But you don't feel that yet, so it's hard for me to convince you of what you're missing out on. But trust me, this first and foremost, where you're heading is so spectacular, there should be no holding back. And remember this, no matter what event you're going to, no one's holding a gun to your head and telling you that you have to eat. That's your doing. Don't give in to any excuses. Don't give in to the temptations. They might be great, and there might be a wonderful spread of some unbelievable flavors sitting in front of you, but don't give in to more than 5 bites. So look it all over. Say, I want to try. I'm going to pick out the 5 best bites that are sitting here. Go ahead and put those items on your plate, and then just one bite of each of those items. You've had your perfect meal. You can do this. You can do this anywhere, any place, anytime, right?
Yes.
You can five bite it anywhere, anytime. You just got to make it happen. You've got to be the one to do it. Okay, come on. Let's get started again. Sounds like today was pretty good, though.
Today was a lot of gum.
What'd you have for lunch?
I had a Snickers bar for lunch.
Did you really? Just a 2-ounce Snickers bar?
Well, yes, 1.87, but close enough.
That's fair enough. I mean, I guess they
downsized just a little
no
bit.
longer produce the 2.07 or whatever.
Yeah, so I had that for lunch and for dinner.
That's good. Then we'll all just get to our goal even faster. So fine, you had one. Did you already have your dinner?
Yeah, I had another bar for dinner, and then I've just.
How are you feeling right now?
I think I was more bored since not going to work today. I mean, I feel fine. I was thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I just kind of
boredom absolutely drives us to eat. So I like the gum thing because it's a way of just keeping something in your mouth, and it sort of keeps you from eating out of just sheer boredom, I think, because then you'd have to physically take the gum out of your mouth before you eat something, and that would remind you, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? You know?
Yeah, so I take a piece out and put another one back in.
You might subconsciously take a bite and not even realize you've done it. But if you're chewing gum, it's harder to subconsciously eat. So I do like that idea. And of course, you're not going to gain any weight by chewing gum, so that's fine. So good. So do that, and then when you get to bed tonight, even though you might go to bed hungry, I promise you're going to wake up less hungry. Pretty amazing.
No, I know. I totally know the process.
You've done it before.
So
let's just do it. You know what? Let's just do it. Okay? I want everything undone within the next couple of days, and then everything beyond that is you're charting new uncharted territory, right?
Yes.
It gets exciting. True. It gets good. All right.
It does.
Anybody have any questions before we get cut off here? No?
No.
It sounds like you guys are there. Just, if you have any questions, type away and email me so that I can, I'm on all the time. So I'm delighted to answer any questions that you might have. And let's do this thing. Come on. I mean,
I have a question.
Yeah.
Potassium, I don't think it'll be that bad this week, but with the heat wave last week, I noticed maybe I needed some potassium because I started to get a little dizzy.
Okay.
And I did the, unpardonable sin of just drinking some coconut water.
Okay.
But what should I do in general? Is there some supplement I can get? Or?
Well, I would just use potassium.
Oh, okay.
You can buy over-the-counter potassium pills.
Okay.
They're very low milliequivalents. They're not going to do any harm to the heart. Don't need to worry about that because they're low. But go ahead and take some potassium supplement. But also be sure you're drinking enough water because the major reason why we cramp or whatever is we just get dehydrated.
Right. Got it. Okay. It doesn't matter what one I pick, just any.
No, just over the counter. It's perfect. 2 or 4 milligrams is fine.
2 to 4 milligrams. Great. Okay,
or milliequivalents. They're usually in milliequivalents. I don't know how they have them listed, but over the counter ones are very low. We might, as a physician, I might prescribe 20 milliequivalents. You're taking a mere fraction of that.
Oh, that's good.
You're not going to have to worry about, your kidneys.
Okay.
Thank
you.
Any other questions? No?
Nope.
Come on, guys. Let's do this thing. I love the fact that the ticker number has gone back above 6,700. I want to see it go higher than it's ever been before. Please, everybody work together. Let's get this thing done. Let's get this ticker moving in a really amazing direction, okay?
Okay.
All right. I'll see you all next week. Each one of you, do your part. I want to see big numbers next week. Okay. We'll see you then. Thanks for joining.
Dr. Lewis.
Thanks for joining. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. You make this happen, so that's great. And then we'll see you again next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.